Evening all, welcome to Space Engineers. Right, so we're building our little gun drone-esque. It's funny, I watched Oblivion, when was it? Recently. And it's really nice when you can kind of watch a video and people say to you, oh yeah, you watched so-and-so, did you? What would you like? And you actually say, yeah, it wasn't bad actually. And I think that's kind of quite telling because you expect some of these films to be bad. But Oblivion wasn't. I thought it was very good, but again, got slated. I tell you what, you'll laugh at this one. Don't judge me on this. I was pretty drunk when I watched it. I watched Will Smith's After Earth, which apparently got voted one of the worst films of last year. I quite liked it. I didn't think it was great. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't exactly like, De Niro level work, but I was entertained by it. But apparently that makes me literally Hitler. So, yeah, fun fact. If I watched it again, knowing what I know now, probably knowing what Jaden Smith is like, because apparently he's a bit of a dick, I probably wouldn't like it. No, but there we go. Don't judge me too harshly. Don't unsubscribe because I said I watched After Earth and I didn't vomit copiously immediately. Don't unsubscribe. Seriously. Space Engineers. Where are we going with it? Well, this is probably one of the last builds we're going to do in this ship as it is today. Don't worry, we're not scrapping it, but we're going to build it further and bigger and bigger and better and so on. Because at the moment, it's a great ship. I like it, but it's still too small. I think the meteorite incident kind of made me realize that I've built a bit of a beast here. This thing can handle itself quite comfortably and capably. But I think it's just missing that little bit of space. Okay. The front of it is obviously all set for industrial advantage, etc. The back of it is obviously the reactor, and I think what it needs is another module behind. So, maybe the next video, try and watch the next video definitely, because we're actually going to start planning it out. I'll give you a full walked tour of this ship because it has changed quite a bit in the years, in the in the months we've been playing this. God, is it months? Wow, it is months. And I really want to show you that, this has got to be one of the unique selling points of this game is the ability just to keep adding to something. It really is the house of Minecraft. Minecraft, you do this with a house. In this, you do it with a ship. And I love that. So what we're building here, I think, just to kind of frame today's episode, is I have this real interest in the light ships. I debate the usefulness of the light ships, only because at the moment there is no mechanic that really needs them. With the large ship guns addition, they obviously will attack any threat that comes near them, which is obviously quite good. But I also then say, well, that's nice, but what's the point of them? And so it went from being the smaller ships being the powerful, offensive ships to now nothing really happening. I think the large ships can take care of themselves kind of thing. And I think what I wanted to do here was to build maybe, and this is just a prototype. The idea is it would mass produce these. We'd have them bolted onto the side of the ship, possibly. But if they keep ripping off like they always smegging do, then we won't bother. But the idea was these would just be, set to the side of the ship, ready for somebody to jump in them and go externally and start fighting. And that's it. That's the premise of it. And they would be cheap on components. They would be throwaway. So literally, as you've burnt them and used them, you could even just destroy them, or you would bring them back to a grinding deck. Now that's something I'm really looking forward to doing, is a proper grinding ship recycling deck. And that's what we're going to do in the next few weeks. Next few days actually, we're going to build something like that, which will bring in the ability to actually just recycle ships as we use them. So as we build these things, I then just leave them scattered in space, and that's not very good. That's not very green, is it? So I'm really quite keen to then recycle everything we use, even large ships. I want to actually come up with a way to recycle them as well. So keep watching. This is going to be quite cool. As more and more functions come into the game, we're going to play with it more and more. And I think soon, very soon, we're going to see that there is a real, there's something quite bespoke and unusual about this game. And I think certainly that ability to not only build things, but then have to manage what you've built. I mean, we've got dozens of fighters and ships just sat dormant in space. And on survival mode, that's precious materials that we could do with. So we're going to go and recover them. I love that idea. I just think it's great. Whoever thought recycling would be this cool? We are going to build a station at some point. I'm hesitant to say when. The issue I have with a station is it's going to be a bugger to build on survival, it really is. So I may cheat and just use creative for that, but I think I'm only willing to do that once everything is removed. So we have literally probably 100 entities in this system alone that we need to clear and get rid of. We've got an apocalypse that's just vast. We're not going to change that because it's off the screen, but it's huge and it's annoying, you know what I mean? It's things like that that I really want to start cleaning up, and really just getting rid of, in summary. So anyway, here's our drone. It's done. It's now loaded with a crap load of ammo. In fact, it's nice to see the the guns that you can put in ammo has gone up a bit. At least I think it has. And as you can see, it's just 6 Gatling guns. That's all it is. But this thing can do quite a bit of damage, and that's kind of the point of it. Is it's there to, well, it's not necessarily there to kill big ships, but it's there to kill small ships. And I hope very soon that we start to see threat indicators and threat mechanics. So as I start to shoot this flagship like that, the turrets then say, "Oh, hang on, you're hurting me. Right, I'm going to mess you up, bro." And they start riddling me with bullets until I am literally a lead pinata. And I like the idea of that. That's quite exciting to me. What I was doing there as well was testing the mechanics of the glass bulletproofness, I guess is the word. And they're very bulletproof indeed. But look how much metal deforms. And that's, again, another good point. I need to put heavy armor blocks on this. It's just not strong enough yet still. So there's loads to do. And I think this is why it is a great game. And you will get your money's worth if you buy this game. My God, you will. And I tell you what, if you've never played, let's say you're one of the Dusties who's loving Dust, but unfortunately with the whole Legion fiasco, you're debating whether or not to get a PC. Games like this make it worthwhile, seriously. Because you'd never get this on a console, and it's because it's just something very different. It's very unusual, and I think creative, imaginative based games like this are so much fun, and I think you'll have a riot, god damn it, if you go and buy this game. If those of you who've already bought it, hopefully you're building something amazing. Tell us about it, tell us what it looks like, even post some images maybe, and we'll obviously clear the comments so you can do that. Look at that, badass. God, I love it. And I think there's nothing better in this game than when you just get that moment of, oh, this looks so cool. And I had that with the meteorites when they started, when all the guns on the ships were firing. It was like, this war has never been so pretty. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.